اوكي. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين محمد المصطفى وعلى آله ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين وما بعد. Inshallah, today our lesson would be العوامل على الجملة الاسمية ثلاثة أقسام. We'll try to cover this topic. The way I translated this, al-awamilu is plural of al-amila. I translate it as modifier or modifiers. على الجملة الاسمية, upon the nominal sentence or sentences are three. So what this means is that when we have the al-jumlatul ismiya, there are three kinds of things that will modify them. As I'm talking, if you don't understand something and you want to ask a question, just go ahead and raise your hand, and I will respond to it. Can someone raise their hand? I want to make sure it's still working with me minimizing the screen. Ane, go ahead. Ane, raise hand. What do? I say, I click on it. I'm clicking on it. Go ahead and talk. Let's hear what happened. Are you saying something? Yeah, I need to figure this out. Two people raised their hand, but I'm not seeing anything. You know, I'm going to leave it for you to unmute yourself. Unmute all.
You raise your hand, so it's okay.
Is this unmute command?
Okay. So when I raised my hand, Chef,
Yeah.
The last time I tried that, it gave me an option where I could unmute myself and speak, but on this particular occasion, it did not. Also, what happened was I wasn't able to unmute.
I see
it from my side.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and mute all, and then I'll say allow participants to unmute themselves. So
okay, yeah.
Now I say yes. Okay. And then because I want to be able to, I want to make it where any of you are able to ask a question, but I don't want people to talk unnecessarily, so we can continue the class. But of course, if you don't understand something, if you want further clarification, remember, I'm not seeing your faces. I'm just seeing the screen here. It's kind of strange talking to the screen. I'm accustomed to talking to people. Maybe if I do this, why not? Yeah. Makes me feel like I'm not here alone. Okay, so just as a quick reminder, what brought us to this lesson, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back up to the starting of the classes that we did. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ilm al-Nahwi wa-Sarf lil-Mubtadi'in. This is Arabic grammar and morphology for beginners, and we covered quite a few topics. Just to remind you quickly, and I really don't want to repeat any of these topics. If you have a quick question, I would answer as a reminder, but I wouldn't go over the topic in detail. Al-kalam wa aqsam al-kalimat. Al-kalam, speech. What constitutes a speech in Arabic grammar, in ilm al-Nahu. And it is a quick reminder, kalamun lafdun mufid. You have to say something that is beneficial, and it's beneficial when it's one of the two sentences. So you have to say jumla ismiya or jumla fi'aliyya for it to be considered as kalam 'inda nahwiyyin with the grammarians. Aqsam al-kalimat, those are parts of speech. Al-ismu wal-fi'alu wal-harf. Ism, that's what we would call the nouns, but it's more than nouns. Al-fi'alu, verbs. Al-harf, articles or participants. What happened there? Nasser. Welcome, Nasser. Alamatul ism, signs for identifying the ism. Alamatul fi'ali, identifications of the fi'al. Alamatul harf, we covered that. Al-mu'rab wal-mabni. Quick reminder that all words in Arabic language are either fixed where they don't change at the ending, or sorry, they are mabni where they don't change at the ending, or they're mu'rab where they're changeable at the ending, which is the whole focus of grammar. Did someone say something? I wanted to say something.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Nasser.
Walaikum assalam, Nasser. Ahlan wa
أيوة.
sahlan.
أيوة جزاك الله خير.
وياكم إن شاء الله. علامات أو حالات الإعراب, the states of إعراب, quick reminder of that are الرفع والنصب الجر والجزم. And الرفع has 4 states, النصب has 5, الجر has 3, and الجزم 2. So we covered all of those before. Is there anyone, well, I know there's some of you who didn't participate in those classes. Is there anyone who don't understand those? Ane, how are you on that?
All Greek and Latin right now. I know we're
Greek-
doing Arabic, but
Okay, okay, sorry. So here what we will do, I will have to bring you up to speed in those classes independent of this class. Otherwise,
yeah, I don't mind. Yeah.
Because to do that would mean to be repeating everything with everyone.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
And I can go to these recordings at a later point in time.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
I would not, those recordings I did on my own without anyone, without teaching anyone. I just recorded by myself. I would not mind repeating those classes with anyone who would like them to be repeated separately, independent of this Sunday night class. But that being said, we continue. We said that words are nakira or ma'rifa, nakira mu'arraf or nakira, meaning that it is a definite incident of the word or case of the word, or it's indefinite. For example, if you say kitabun and we mean book, it's not a specific book, it's any which book. But if we say al-kitabu, we're referring to a specific book. There are many ways to make a word definite. When you do ta'rif with alif and lam, by putting the definite article in front of it, which is the. And then stemming from that, the letters are distributed into 2 groups, what we call al-huruf al-shamsiyyatu wal-huruf al-qamariyya, depending on whether you pronounce the lam or not. So that's a quick reminder of that. Then what makes a word definite also is when it's a pronoun, or when it has asma'ul ishara, if it's alam, if it's a name. Asma'ul ishara is demonstrative pronouns like this, that, when you point to something. For example, if I say that book, it's a specific book. ذلك الكتاب. It's not any which book, it's a specific book I'm indicating, I'm demonstrating, or I'm pointing to, or indicating. Al-alam, when it's a name. Al-ism al-mawsul, that is like al-ladhi, which means which. For example, if I were to say the boy who entered the classroom, al-waladu alladhi dakhala al-fasla, the boy who entered the classroom, it's a specific boy, it's not any which boy. Al-mudafu ila ma'rifa, when it's made possessed by something that's definite. An-nakiratu al-maqsudatu bin-nida, something that's nakira, that's indefinite, but then it's addressed. Al-idafa, possession. Possession makes the thing definite also. So these are 7 ways that you can make an indefinite word, a word that is nakira, mu'arraf, or ma'rifa. That's just a quick reminder. Then after that, we did at-tawabi' al-arba'a, the 4 followers. What is meant by that? Al-sifatu wal-mawsuf. And it's what is meant by following is following in the i'rab, following in the grammatical analysis. And some of them follow in more than the grammatical analysis. So we have al-sifatu wal-mawsuf, al-atfu, al-sifatu wal-mawsuf, nouns and adjectives, al-atfu, conjunctions, emphasis, at-tawkid, and al-badal, the substitute. And we did that. And then we talked about الجملة الاسمية والجملة الفعلية. A quick reminder of that, because this next lesson is directly based on that. The جملة الاسمية, we'll just talk about that briefly. So let's go there. I control click. So الجملة الاسمية, as a quick reminder, there are two kinds of sentences in the Arabic language based on the word that it begins with and the consequent structure of the sentence. So the way you determine whether a sentence is ismiya or fi'aliya is by looking at the first word in the sentence. So if the first word is a verb, for instance, وَقَتَلَ دَاوُودُ جَالُوتَ. Now, waw here is just harf atf. So we really don't say that this sentence begins with harf. We say it begins with verb, because this is the conjunction of one sentence to another. So this sentence is really قَتَلَ دَاوُودُ جَالُوتَ. That Dawood killed Jalut. It began with a verb, therefore it's a verbal sentence. Now, it doesn't mean there is no verb in the sentence. You just look at this at the first word of the sentence if it begins with a verb. Because sometimes you would have al-jumlatul ismiya that begins with ism, but it has a verb in the sentence, in the rest of the sentence. So you only look at the first word in the sentence to determine whether it's fi'aliya or ismiya. If the sentence begins with a verb, it's a verbal sentence. If it does not begin with a verb, then it's a nominal sentence. Al-jumlatul ismiya, which is what we will talk about now today, and the modifiers. A quick reminder, the nominal sentence comprises of two components, al-mubtada'u, which is called the subject, and al-khabaru, the predicate. Linguistically, the word al-mubtada really means that which you begin with. Al-mubtada'u, ash-shay'u alladhi abtadi'u bihi, the thing that I begin with. And al-khabar is information about. Someone want to say something?
Yes, me, Nasser.
Go ahead, Nasser.
So a question is, if I say Ar-Rahmanu 'allama al-Qur'an,
Aywa? So
do we consider that to be jumla ismiya?
now,
or
if you're
fi'liya?
talking, okay, if you're talking about the ayah, the two verses in Surah Al-Rahman, now that's a different analysis. These two are not
Okay.
one sentence. These are two separate sentences in the ayah. Huh?
Okay.
So the
Yeah.
ayah there, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ar-Rahman, the way we do i'rab of Ar-Rahman is we say, Ar-Rahman is khabarun li mubtada'in mahdhuf taqdiruhu huwa. He
Yeah.
is Ar-Rahman. So Ar-Rahman is not mubtada in this ayah. Ar-Rahman is khabar. However, independent of this surah, if we were to say Ar-Rahman wa 'allama al-Qur'an, then the meaning would actually be Ar-Rahman, if we say is mubtada, Ar-Rahman we say mubtada'un, and then the khabar would be huwa. It would be he. Alladhi 'allama al-Qur'an. That's what we understand. He is the one who taught Quran. Ar-Rahman is the one who taught Quran. Are you following me? So that would be jumla ismiya, and the jumla al-fi'aliya is the khabar. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the jumla al-fi'aliya would become the khabar.
Aywa.
But that's in normal language, not in the verses in Surah Al-Rahman.
in the Quran.
Not in the Quran.
Okay.
Not in the Quran. Here in this specific verse. So anyway,
Aywa.
so al-mubtada'u ash-shay'u alladhi yubtada'u bihi aw ibtada'tu bihi. The thing that is begun with, or the thing that I begin with, is called al-mubtada'u. Excuse me. So the Arab, the way you say something, then inform me about that thing by saying something else. يعني ابدأ بشيء, start with something, mention something, ثم أخبرني عن الشيء, then inform me about the thing, and then you have a sentence. محمد رسول الله. So I give an example. محمد is اسم مرفوع المبتدا. So we say محمد مبتدا مرفوع وعلامة الرفع ضمته على آخره. رسول الله, من يعرب رسول الله? Who would do analysis of رسول الله? Hello? Should I Brother Abbas, go for it. Hello? Unmute.
It can be khabar and it can also be mudaf ilay.
It's both. So
Yes.
the way you do analysis of it, Brother Abbas, is you say Rasulullah mudaf mudafun ilay. So Rasul is mudafun wa lafdul jalala is mudafun ilayhi majroor. Wal mudafu ilayhi bimathabati kalimatin wahida. The mudaf and the mudaf ilay is like one word, and that one word is now khabar. Are you following me?
Yeah.
Or Rasulullah, the messenger of Allah, is one word in Arabic. Al-mudafu wal-mudafu ilay takes the place of a single word in the Arabic language.
And also say that Rasul is khabar, huwa mudaf, and Allah is mudaf ilay.
Lafdul jalala. But it's better for you to say, let me do the i'rab. Let me do the full i'rab of the verse. Actually, this is a verse of Quran. Muhammadun Rasulullah. But if we were to just say it in Arabic, in everyday language, you're telling somebody Muhammadun Rasulullah. We say Muhammadun mubtada'un marfu'un wa alamatu rafa dhammatu ala akhiri Rasulullah rasulun mudaf lafdul jalala mudafun ilayhi majrur wa alamatu jar al-kasratu ala akhirih wal mudafu ilayhi khabarul mubtada. That's how we say it. That's how we would say it. That is classical Arabic analysis. Yeah. So anyway, let's continue. So we have the mubtada and we have the khabar. Well, I'll skip the verbal sentence for now until we come back to that. So we continue with today's lesson. Now we come to today's lesson. Al-awamilu ala al-jumlati lismiyati thalathatu aqsam. And just as a quick reminder, I had mentioned this before in the classes back in Charlotte, that the hamza in al-ismiya, this hamza al-ismiya is hamzatul wasl. So we only pronounce it ibtida'an if you start with it. But when we're reading through, we're not starting with it. We say, listen carefully, al-awamilu ala al-jumlati lismiyati fananqulu harakat al-hamzati ila lam sakina. We transfer the kasra from the hamza that's in ism to the lam sakina, and it becomes lismiya. And that is the classical proper way to pronounce this. And we do this in Quran in Surah Al-Hujurat, bi'sa lismul fusuqu ba'da al-iman. Anyway, that's just that is in what we call imla, in dictation or in pronunciation, recitation. That's not have anything to do with grammar. So al-awamilu ala jumlati al-ismiyati thalathatu aqsam. The modifiers of the nominal sentence are three. What do we mean modifiers? We mean that sometimes there are things that will modify the mubtada, or modify the khabar, or modify both the mubtada and the khabar. Yeah. So let's look at these three groups. I say three things, I mean three groups of things. The first is inna wa akhawatuha. Inna wa akhawatuha. Inna is harf al-tawkid.
One nasbin.
Yeah, 1 second. Oh, I'm not understanding that. Yeah, that is from Zoom. It's telling me that they remove 40 minutes limit. Inna wa akhawatuha. Inna is harf tawkid. What it does, it emphasizes uh, the sentence or the mubtada. For instance, if we say, let's take the sentence by itself. Allahu wasi'un. Allahu. So we look at this sentence. Allahu wasi'un. Allahu, we say the word Allahu is مبتدا. لفظ الجلالة مبتدا مرفوع وعلامة الرفع ضمته على آخره واسع خبر. واسع خبر. عليم. There's two ways to do analysis of this. We can say صفة for واسع or it's خبر ثان. It's a second خبر. In any event, if we say inna, if we put inna in front of this jumlatul ismiya, Allahu wasi'un, then what it does, it modifies the mubtada and makes it mansub. It makes it mansub. Inna Allah wasi'un. So this would mean indeed Allah wasi'. Wasi' I mean has abundance. He has a lot. He has enough to give to everyone. So here we say the effect is it makes the subject, that's the mubtada, mansub, and it makes the predicate marfu'. The second part is a technicality. We can see how it makes the mubtada mansub, but does it really make the khabar marfu', or was the khabar already marfu'? So there are two schools of thought in this from the grammatical perspective. So some of the grammarians will tell you, they would say, no, it didn't have any effect on the khabar. The khabar was already marfu'. Allahu wasi'un. See that? Allahu wasi'un. Lafdul jalala is mubtada, it's marfu'. Wasi'un is khabar, it's marfu'. When we put inna in front, it changed the mubtada and it left the khabar the way it was. That's one opinion. So the first opinion is inna has an effect on the mubtada and it leaves the khabar alone. There is a more technical analysis of point of view or school of thought from a grammatical perspective that no, it has an effect on both. Inna is doing the action on both. It's making the mubtada. What is happening? I keep admitting this person and it says it's a waiting room. Is there, I think there's a limit on the participants. Is that what it is? Yeah, I'm not sure how this works. So the second school of thought or opinion is that it makes the mubtada mansub and the khabar marfu'. So it does both. But it's a technicality because the effect is the same. So the result does not change. It's just the perspective of what happened. So the first opinion is that inna does two actions. The first action is that it makes the mubtada mansub. The second action it does, it makes the khabar marfu'. That's one opinion. The second opinion is nope, the khabar was already marfu'. It didn't do anything to the khabar. It only did it to the mubtada. Whichever you choose, it's all cool. So here I wrote the first opinion. It makes the subject mansub and the predicate marfu'. Yeah. So this is for inna. This inna does that. So wherever, if you were to look in Quran, so if we were to look for a few examples, for instance, so here we have this ayah. Innal insana lafi khusr. Innal insana lafi khusr. Who would like to find the nominal sentence for me with the mubtada and the khabar? Hello? Anyone? Go ahead, brother
Yeah,
Abbas.
in the insana, inna is harf.
إيه؟
Yeah, inna
التوكيد.
insana harfu tawkid. One insana nasbin. Ismu
الإنسان.
inna,
So
ismu
the,
inna nasbin.
no, the question was not to analyze yet. The question is
Okay.
identify the mubtada and identify the khabar. So call a word and say this is the mubtada. Call a word and say this is the khabar.
There is no mubtada. It's inna. Inna will be harfu tawkid. That will be mubtada.
So no,
Am I
inna
right?
is not, no, inna is not mubtada. The mubtada is al-insan.
It is in place of mubtada.
No, 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 no.
It is in place of mubtada.
No, it's not. So al-insan is I'll show you. I'll show you. Al-insana is originally al-insanu. Al-insanu. That's al-mubtada. So we remove inna. Throw away inna for now. We're not emphasizing the sentence. We just want to find the mubtada and the khabar so you can understand the ayah. So we say al-insanu fi khusrin. Yeah, we take out lam is also for emphasis. Al-insanu fi khusrin. So you can say fi khusrin is the khabar, but actually a technicality is that jar and majroor have to be muta'alliq. They have to be ta'alluq. They have to be a connection. So let me go over this easier. Inna, we throw that away. That is for emphasis. We put it aside for now. Al-insanu, because we took away inna, al-insan would be marfu'. It's the mubtada. Al-insanu. Lam is for emphasis along with the inna. So the two of them do double emphasis. I'll explain that in a second. في خسر في حرف جر مبني على السكون خسر excuse me مجرور بكسرة والجار والمجرور متعلقان بخبر محذوف تقديره موجود ها أو حاله. So what this means here, fi khusrin, this jar, this preposition, and the noun that comes after the preposition, al jar wal majroor, are connected to the khabar that has been eradicated. And you can do taqdir of whatever makes sense. In this case, it means in a state of, or found. Man is in a state of loss. So the khabar.
Can we also say shibu jumla?
Repeat. Repeat. It's broken up, brother Abbas.
Can we also say shibu jumla? Khabar.
No. No.
Okay.
So we have to listen. This is the beauty of Arabic grammar. Now, when you take an ayah, a simple ayah like innal insana la fi khusrin, the way you understand this ayah, the way you understand any ayah, the way you understand any Arabic sentence is you have to do what we call tajridul jumlati min az-zawa'id. You have to remove all the additions to the sentence, reduce it back to the basic sentence, find the basic sentence, then put back everything and say why they're there. So now what we're attempting to do is find, if this is a jumla ismiya, where is the mubtada and where is the khabar? You have to answer that question to understand the ayah, you have to answer the simple question. If this is a jumla ismiya, أين المبتدأ وأين الخبر? Where is the mubtada? Where is the khabar? So we said the mubtada is al-insanu. Where is the khabar? The khabar, technically, you can say fi khusr is the khabar. The lam is for emphasis. This lam here goes along with inna. So when we throw away inna, we can throw away the lam also. What is remaining? Al-insanu fi khusrin. Man is in a loss or at a loss. What does it mean, loss here? It doesn't mean astray. What it means, he's losing out in his opportunity. Fi khusrin. So you can have an understanding of the grammar. I'm telling you the meaning also now in English. So life is an opportunity. Life is an opportunity for us to get nearer to Allah, for us to get more education, for us to get more money, for us to strengthen our relationships, for us to discover, for us to go places, for us to do things, for us to get healthier. Life is an opportunity. Allah is saying most people are losing out in this opportunity or in these opportunities. They're having opportunities to develop, to gain, to have more, to become better, but they're in a loss. So instead of improving, they are depreciating in value. That's most people. They're wasting their time. They're wasting their resources. They're wasting their lives. They're losing. That's what loss here means. Loss here does not mean the opposite of being astray. Loss here means loss in opportunity. Khasara. So if you were to have a deal, so let's say somebody bought a car and then sold it. He bought it for 5,000, sold it for 6. We say rabih al-bay'. He has profited from his deal. He bought it for 5, he sold it for 6, he made $1,000. Let's say he bought it for 5 and he sold it for 4. We say khasira al-bay'. Khasira mean he has lost. He has lost $1,000. He bought it for 5, he sold it for 4. People, Allah is saying, are constantly in a state of losing out in the deal of life. So the khabar then is fi khusr, but technically you can't say that because fi is jar, khusr is majroor. The jar and the majroor have to have what we call muta'allaq. They must be connected to something. So therefore we say in al-insanu is mubtada, fi khusrin is jar wa majroor, muta'alliqani bi mahzufin. They are connected to something that has been eliminated. Taqdiruhu, replacing it would be mawjudun, is found. The person is found in a state of loss. The person exists in a state of loss. So the word exist would be the khabar. The word found would be the khabar. Are you following me now, Brother Abbas?
Yes, sir.
And everyone else? Anyway, now that we have done that, now we put back inna. So now we say the jumlatul ismiya al-insanu mawjudun fi khusr. Al-insan mubtada. We put inna in front of it. So now we make al-inna, al-insana is mansub. Wa alamatu nasb al-fatha. Innal insana. Indeed, man, lafi khusr. Wow. This is amazing. This is a double emphasis. The Quran is specific. Everything is intended. Nothing is superfluous. Nothing is fluff. Nothing is just padding. Nothing is just there for fillers. Everything is intended. So when Allah emphasized both the mubtada and the khabar, this lam is really in front of the khabar. La mawjudun fi khusr. Inna al-insana la mawjudun fi khusr. Allah emphasized the mubtada and the khabar, which means that every man, every person, every individual. And by the way, here al-insan means al-jins. It doesn't mean a specific person. So here the alif and lam يفيد الكل وال تفيد الكل في العموم في الجمع والإفراد كالإنسان. What this means, the word insan is singular, right? Is that correct? I guess you have to, you can answer, right? Al-insan is singular. But yet here it means plural. It means every insan. It means every insan, every person. Innal insana lafi khusr. Indeed, every person is always at a loss. So this is the state of humanity. This here, this ayah, actually, even though we're talking about grammar, let's give an additional meaning. It's talking about the state of humanity. There is nothing that more precisely describes human beings and our existence in this life than this ayah. That we're losing out in opportunity. Allah created man and put mankind on earth, and there are so many opportunities for us to grow, to become better, and we're losing out. We are very materially bounded. Yes, we probably grow financially, but even then we lose out. We lose out in that, and I really don't want to lecture right now about that topic, but we still lose out. Except those who have Iman. And then Allah made an exception. Anyway, coming back to the grammar rule. Inna Allaha wasi'un. Inna is harf al-tawkid, lafz al-jalala, mubtada'un, mansubun wa alamatu al-nasb al-fathatu ala akhirih, wasi'un khabarun marfu'un. Wa alamatu al-raf' al-dhammatu ala akhirih. Alimun, there's two ways to analyze this. واسع عليم, you can say عليم صفة لواسع, or better is to say خبر ثان, it's a second خبر. That is for inna and وأخواتها. Who knows what أخوات inna means? Go ahead, anybody.
Inna kana la'alla.
You know what? Let me unmute everybody and then just talk when you need. How do I do that? Yeah, because I think the raising of the hand, nobody's raising their hand. Yeah, go ahead and talk if you want. Did it unmute or not?
La'alla. And
That's correct. So akhawatuha literally mean her sisters. Who are the sisters of inna? They are anna, lakinna, ka'anna, laita, la'alla, and la and nafiyatu lil jins. I'll explain that one last. So inna wa akhawatuha have the same effect. So inna has the effect. Akhawatu inna are these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these other 6 words have the same function like inna. So I give a few examples here. ولكن عذاب الله شديد. Who will show me the mubtada and the khabar in ولكن عذاب الله شديد? Other than Abbas, let's have somebody else participate.
Okay, Nasser right here.
Go ahead, Nasser.
Okay. Adab Allah.
Identify, the question is identify the mubtada and identify the khabar.
Okay, Adab Allah is the mubtada.
Well, the way you will say it is Azabullahi. Because
Aywa,
remember, we're removing walakinna.
Okay. Adabullahi is the mubtada and shadidun is the khabar.
So the original sentence is Azabullahi shadidun. The punishment of Allah is firm, it's severe. And of course, Azabullah.
Yeah, Ustaz, I will say Mubtada is only Azab, not Azabullah.
Go ahead and say it. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Mubtada
That's okay.
is only Azab.
Shaykhuna I'll leave you at that. That's fine. But it's better to say the mudaf and the mudaf ilay is the mubtada. Al-mudaf wal-mudaf ilay is like one word. Adhabullahi is one word because it's a specific punishment. So the word Allah here is only defining, it's restricting the punishment. So you see, if we say adhabun shadid, punishment is severe, a punishment is severe. Which punishment? Adhabullah, the punishment of Allah. So the word Allah is actually limiting and restricting the punishment to say a specific punishment. Remember, we did that in an-nakira wal-ma'rifa, that the idafa limits it. So when we say adhab, which adhab? I don't know which adhab. But when I say adhabullah, I mean the punishment of Allah. So I'm actually, the punishment of, when we, the mudaf ilay is limiting the mudaf. It's saying a specific punishment. So the whole thing is seen as a specific punishment. It's like saying a specific punishment is severe. Which specific punishment? The punishment of Allah. But anyway, that's a technicality. A better approach always is to say the mudaf and mudaf ilay is the mubtada. It's like one word. Both the mudaf and mudaf ilay becomes one word because the mudaf ilay qualifies the mudaf.
But isn't it the mubtada has to be marfu?
Yes, and it is marfu. So we look at the i'rab of the mudaf and mudaf ilay always by looking at the mudaf. See that? Because the mudaf ilay will always be majroor. The mudaf ilay, lafz al-jalalahi adhabullahi, would always be majroor. The word Allah would always have kasra. Adhabullahi shadidun, the punishment of Allah is severe. Anyway, adhabullahi is mubtada, shadidun is khabar. Nasir, so when you put on walakinna or lakinna, what happens?
It make it mansub.
Make what mansub?
The mubtada.
Makes the mubtada mansub. So we say,
yes.
وَلَكِنَّ عَذَابَ اللَّهِ شَدِيدٌ.
Shadid.
And what happened with shadid? You can say it remains the same, or you can say it makes it marfu.
It remains the same.
Go ahead. That's fine. That's easier. So we don't touch the khabar. كَأَنَّ. Or let's take the examples that I've written down first, and then we'll look for the others. لعل الساعة قريب غير عباس وغير ناصر. من يجيب? Who would answer other than Abbas and Layla? أجيبي. Layla, هل أنت موجودة أم لا?
Yes, I'm here now.
أجيبي. Answer. Where is the mubtada and where is the khabar in لعل الساعة قريب? قريب. Where is the mubtada and where is the khabar?
لعل is the مبتدأ الساعة قريبة is the خبر.
Nope. الساعة. So let's take out لعل. We put aside لعل just like we did with inna and lakinna. And the sentence originally is الساعة قريب. الساعة قريب. Now this is very strange. Let me explain something that's happening here. I don't know if anybody is paying attention to it.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
It is time for Maghrib right now.
Oh. What time is it there?
It's 7:58.
8 o'clock. And it's now Maghrib there.
Yes.
So I have the time all wrong. I thought Maghrib was before 7. Yeah.
That's why I was late.
I hear you. I hear you. So let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and pause the recording. And you all want to continue, or you want to stop here for today?
No, we want to continue. I want to continue. I don't know about the rest.
I'll continue. I'm fine. So I'll go ahead and pause.
Likewise, Sheikh. I want to continue too.
I'll pause the recording, and then you guys
Yes,
pray
I'll
and come. Pray and come back in like 10 minutes or so.
Ayo. Assalamu alaikum.
I'll run outside and get a cup of coffee, so I'll be back.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum. Okay, the last thing we were talking about, Layla, is لعل ساعة قريب. First, I'll identify the mubtada and the khabar, and then I'll tell you something strange about the khabar. And I hope that all of you saw that so far. But anyway, لعل ساعة قريب. If we take out لعل and just reduce the sentence back to the mubtada and the khabar. Remember, guys, we'll always do this. Whenever you're doing analysis of an ayah in Quran, and this is an ayah لعل ساعة قريب, you have to always do what we call تجريد الجملة أو تجريد الآيات من الزوائد حتى ترد الجملة إلى أصلها. You have to remove all the extra stuff, all the additional parts of the ayah, and reduce it just to the bare minimum, the bare bone مبتدا and khabar. And if it's a jumla fi'aliyah, al-fi'lu wal-fa'il, and if the fi'al is muta'addin, al-maf'ulu bi. In that way, you understand the original sentence, and then you put back everything one by one and see what additional meaning they give. That's the way you understand the linguistic structure of an ayah. So let's do it with this very simple part of an ayah. لعل ساعة قريب. We take out لعل and we say الساعة قريب. And the way we do إعراب of that, we say الساعة مبتدأ مرفوع وعلامة الرفع ضمته على آخره. And قريب is خبر مرفوع وعلامة الرفع ضمته على آخره. But there's something strange. The origin is that we should say الساعة قريبة. الساعة قريبة. That the hour is near. So the way it works is when the mubtada is mu'annas, it's feminine, that the khabar must be feminine also. For example, if we say al-mar'atu qaribatun, the woman is near. But if it's a man, we'll say ar-rajulu qaribun. Ar-rajulu qaribun. So here in this ayah, Allah did not do that. Allah said, لَعَلَّ السَّاعَةَ قَرِيبٌ. We would have expected that the ayah should say, لَعَلَّ السَّاعَةَ قَرِيبَةٌ. Are you all following that? Is anyone not following that?
Yes, we're following.
Yeah, so that's the original structure of the Arabic language. However, it's allowed for many reasons to deviate from this structure. Number one reason that allows that is if the femininity of the word is only linguistic. It's only linguistic, it's not the meaning. Let me explain what I mean by that. So when we say al-mar'atu, al-mar'a is feminine لغة ومعنى. The word al-mar'atu linguistically, because it has the ta'ul marbuta, is feminine, but it's also the meaning a woman is a female. Are you following that? But when we say as-sa'a, as-sa'atu is as-sa'a, the hour, which is the end times. Is there anything female about it, or is it just the word is female?
The word is female, just like
Just the word is female.
With mu'annath.
Yeah, just the al-kalimatu lafzan. We say mu'annathun lafzan. As-sa'atu mu'annathatun lafzan. That the sa'a, only the word linguistically is feminine, but the meaning is not feminine. There's nothing feminine about the hour. Same thing, for example, if I were to say an-nafidhatu, an-nafidhatu, the window. The window is just a hole in the wall. There's nothing feminine about that. But the word is feminine. We say an-nafidhatu mu'annathatun lafzan. That the word nafidha is feminine linguistically. when that is the case, then it's permissible, and especially for the second reason is for to match the rest of the verses, what we call al-qawafi or al-qafiya, the ending of poetry, or azyalul ayat, the tales or the ending of the verses, then it's permissible. And that's why Allah says لَعَلَّ السَّاعَةَ قَرِيبٌ. So this is grammatically, linguistically sound, because the parameters that need to be available to allow you to deviate from the general rule are present here. So I just wanted to draw your attention to that. But coming back to the أخت إن لعل أخت إن, when it goes on the nominal sentence, it modifies the mubtada. So now Layla, لعل is here for الرجاء. لعل we call it حرف الرجاء أو فعل الرجاء. It's there for hoping or desiring. لعل الساعة قريب. لعل modifies الساعة and makes it منصوب وعلامة النصب الفتحة, and you can say the khabar remains the same, or you can say it makes it marfu. Yes, so that's that. So it is possible that the hour is near, and of course we know the hour is near, because near and far are relative terms. And I really don't want to delve too much on the physics of this, but I'll give you a glimpse, if you all want a glimpse into it. If you look in the big, from human perspective, for us, 60 years, 100 years look like a long time. Huh? So our lifespan in average human beings, and this is in authentic hadith that the Prophet ﷺ said, the followers of his ummah would be the average age of 60 to 70 years old. For us, that's a long time. That's a lifespan, 60, 70 years. But in the big scheme of time, in so far as the time in this universe is concerned, and in front of Allah, it's just a tiny, tiny, insignificant sliver of time. Huh? So if you look at this, since the starting of this universe, approximately 13.5 billion years ago, what is 60 years? What is 100 years? What is even 1 million years? It's a tiny sliver of time. I have a theory on this, but I don't want to go into the full theory. Just in this perspective of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the hour is very, very near. The end times for this world is very near. We see it as far, Allah sees it as near. And in fact, there's an ayah that articulates this. Allah says, إِنَّهُمْ يَرَوْنَهُ بَعِيدًا وَنَرَاهُ قَرِيبًا. They see it as far, and we see it as near. You know, just to comment briefly, and of course I don't want to talk too much because we're doing Arabic grammar. Really, what's happening on planet Earth today, it's making me think that it's a preamble to the Day of Judgment. Honestly, it reminds me of the Day of Judgment, or to think about the end times. When you see man thinks he's in control, man thinks he's in control, but we're not in control. Allah is in control. And a tiny little virus, an invisible virus that is so small that we cannot even see it, has taken control of humanity and brought us to our knees and brought the world to a standstill. Yeah. But anyway, coming back to Arabic grammar.
Imam, I had a question when you were saying it's the same with light years, right? When you go outside and see the stars, they're traveling to you in like 1 million light years that you can see them. Absolutely,
yeah. What I have a theory, or I came up with a phrase. I say, when you look at the sky at night, so if you go out on a dark night when there's no moon out, there's no city lights, and you were to look at the sky and you see the stars, I say what you see is not there, and what is there you do not see, because of time. when we see the stars, they're actually not there. That's where they were when the light left them to travel to us. And some of them a year ago, some of them 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years, tens of thousands of years. The light has left that star to arrive. And now it arrived when we look at the sky. So the star is not there anymore. Whatever we're looking at is not there. So what we see is not there. But actually the stars that are there in the position that we're looking at, we're not seeing them. We will see them when the light arrives in a year, in 10 years, in 1,000 years. But of course we wouldn't be here. So we're not seeing what we're looking at. We're seeing what someone else looked at a long time ago. And whatever we're looking at, someone else who will come later on will see it. So this is mind-boggling. Time is an amazing thing. But anyway, coming back to the grammar, the same for la and nafiyatu lil jins. This one I want to explain a little bit because it's in a very important phrase that we use a lot. But let's use this example here. La rayba fihi. La rayba fihi. So this sentence, I'm going to do tajreed, but when you do the tajreed, the sentence is false. Without the la, the sentence is false. But I'm just doing it for grammatical purpose. So we take out la and nafiyatu lil jins, and we return the sentence to its original form, raybun. Raybun means what? ما معنى الريب?
Doubt.
Doubt. أنت ترتاب في الشيء, you have doubt concerning the thing. ريب فيه. فيه جار ومجرور. حرف جر فيه مبني على السكون, and هاء الضمير is مبني. But this is very strange, by the way. I just want to show you. فيه is originally فيه. So the way we would do إعراب of فيه, we would say, listen to this. في حرف جر مبني على السكون. هاء الضمير is في محل الجر. We don't say it's مجرور. We say it's in the place of jar. مبني على الضمة. Listen carefully, it's not a mistake. مبني على الضمة منع من ظهوره اشتغال المحل بالكسرة لمناسبة الياء الساكنة قبلها. So let me explain that in English. Excuse me. So this kasra on the ha is originally a dhamma. Who, the pronoun is who. Kitabuhu, qalamuhu, miftahuhu. So we're supposed to say fihu, fihu. But if you notice, that's very difficult. To go from ya sakina to a dhamma is very difficult on the tongue. So what the Arabs do, they switch the dhamma to a kasra. They switch the dhamma to a kasra, and we say fihi. We don't say fihu. So that's why when we do the i'rab and we say it's mabni, we say it's mabniun ala dhamma. But you can't see the dhamma because the place is being occupied by a kasra to agree with the ya sakina that's before it. That's the proper analysis. It's kind of technical, but I'm telling you so you understand language at a, classical proper level. Then we don't say that the ha is majroor. Why? Because it's mabni. Majroor means it's mu'rab. Mabni means it's fixed. So it can be both. يعني كل كلمة إما أن تكون مبنية أو معربة ولا يمكن الجمع بينهما. So every word must either be mabni or mu'rab. It cannot be both. If we say it's majroor, we say it's mu'rab, but it's not mu'rab. It's mabni. So what we say, it's مبني على الضمة منع من ظهوره اشتغال المحل بالكسرة لمناسبة الياء الساكنة قبلها. Then we say في محل الجر, in the place of jar. So the ha is in the place of jar, but it's not majroor, it's mabni. And then we say the jar and the majroor is متعلقان بمحذوف خبر ريب. The خبر of the word ريب. ريب موجود فيه. Doubt found within it. ها الضمير ها يرجع إلى أي شيء? Who knows the answer to that? The ha, the pronoun ha, refers to what? Anybody, go ahead, answer. Let me unmute everyone.
It could be the Quran al-Karim.
Yeah, it's referring to Al-Kitab. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه. أي لا ريب فيه، لا ريب في الكتاب. لا ريب موجود في الكتاب. Okay. ريب فيه. Doubt is within it. Huh? Conflicts, contradiction within it. Somebody want to say something? Okay, I'll continue. When we use the word la, can someone mute their, I think it's Nasser. I'm going to mute you, Nasser. That's where the noise coming from. La is la an-nafiyatu lil jins. La here negates the entire species. What does it mean, an-nafiyatu lil jins? What it means? What it means, someone need to mute their, I'm getting some feedback. I'm going to mute everybody. If you need to talk, you need to unmute. Anyway, la here is la an-nafiyatu lil jins. What does it mean, an-nafiyatu lil jins? It negates the entire species, the entire category, the entire identification group. So it's saying none whatsoever. When it means that, when la means that, then it makes this here mansub, and it removes the tanween also. See that? So now we say la rayba. La rayba fihi, because this la negates the entire species. It's different, for example, if we were to say la rajulun fil bayt. There is no man in the house. We mean maybe there is one. That's why we say la an-nafiya, but we didn't say la an-nafiya to lil jins. But if we say la rajula fil bayt, we mean for sure there is no man in the house. We negate the entire species existing within the house. Similar to that is the phrase our shahada. La ilaha illallah. I'm gonna open up another document. Give me 1 second and give you that there so you clearly understand that being so important in our belief system. La ilaha illa Allah. So the original sentence, if anybody can tell me the mubtada and the khabar in this, I would say I'm impressed. If any of you have the ability to tell me where the mubtada and the khabar is in this sentence, I would be impressed. I know you're piping to go, Brother Abbas, so I'm gonna unmute you. Go for it.
What was the sentence?
Are you all seeing my screen or not?
Can I say ilah is the mubtada and Allah is the khabar.
Ilahun is the mubtada. That is correct. The word Allah is the khabar is false. So we have the mubtada. Illallah is not, nope, it's not the khabar. So ilahun is the mubtada. But where's the khabar? Who can help me find the khabar? We found the mubtada, guys. 50% of the task over. Nasir, you
The
want to give it a shot? Yeah.
khabar is mahdhuf.
Go ahead. And what is the taqdir? The khabar is eliminated. It's not mentioned. And what is it? Do a taqdir.
Ma'bud.
Ilahun ma'bud. No.
I said la ilaha is I mean ilah is the mubtada. The khabar
We
is
got that part
mahdhuf.
already. It's mahdhuf. We got that part already. Do taqdir. Remember, 1 second. Pause at Nasir. Whenever we say in a sentence, whatever the grammatical analysis is, that the thing is mahdhuf, you have to do what we call taqdir. Taqdir means, excuse me, you say what it is. You say what is a potential for the thing that has been eliminated or not mentioned. So what would be the taqdir here? What is an acceptable taqdir?
تقديره الله سبحانه وتعالى.
La.
لا.
No. So let me give you a taqdir. موجود. موجود. So listen to this now. So let's take out la. I'm gonna delete it. I'll put it back in a second. Take out illallah. Now we have ilahun mawjud. Ilahun mawjud. So the way we do i'rab of this is we say ilahun mubtada'un marfu'un wa alamatu rafa dhamma mawjudun khabarun marfu'un wa alamatu rafa dhamma. Ilahun mubtada mawjudun khabar. Of course, this sentence is false. But remember, we're just doing grammar right now, right? The sentence is false. There is a God exists. A God exists. Well, technically it's not false, but it needs to be the way it is. So now what we do, we put la in front. La. La an-nafiyatu lil jins takes the mubtada and makes it mansub with only one fatha. La ilaha. There is no God. So we negate the existence of the entire species of God. La ilaha mawjud. So when we say la ilaha, what we're actually saying, there is no God in existence. There is no God. None whatsoever. And then we have to do istithna for that negation. Then we do an exception. Except Allah. Illallah. So this is how you do the i'rab of this guy. So let me take out the word mawjud. Excuse me, I'll put it back, but I'll color it gray. Or yeah, I'll just gray it out. Because I didn't gray it properly. Whatever. Yeah, I clicked on the wrong one. This is the one I wanted. So I grayed it out. So imagine it's not there, but you can see it's there. La ilaha. So I'm going to do the i'rab now. La an-nafiyatu lil jins. تدخل على الجملة الاسمية تنصب المبتدا وترفع الخبر. La is it negates the entire species and it is placed in front of the nominal sentence. It makes the mubtada mansub ilaha with only one fatha. This only happened once in the Arabic language. There is no other case where this happens. That la and nafiyatu lil jins is the only one that will remove the tanween from the mubtada. Inna wouldn't, la'alla wouldn't, ka'anna wouldn't, lakinna wouldn't. Nothing would. The only thing that does it is la and nafiyatu lil jins. This is unique. And that's the way we identify that it's la and nafiyatu lil jins, is because the mubtada would have only a single fatha and not tanween. So we'll say لا نافية للجنس تدخل على الجملة الاسمية تنصب المبتدأ وترفع الخبر والخبر محذوف تقديره موجود مرفوع وعلامة الرفع ضمته على آخره. And then we say إلا الله إلا أداة الاستثناء حرف الاستثناء. It is the article for exception. And the word Allah is al-mustathna minhu. Huh? Let me teach you a little bit Arabic. This is really not grammar. I guess, yeah, it's grammar. Whenever you have what we call istithna, exception, there are three parts. There is al-mustathna, that's the word Allah. Al-mustathna minhu, that's ilah. And adatul istithna. Here it's illa. So you have the thing that has been accepted, what it is an exception from or of, sorry, ilah, and the article or the utility that is utilized to accomplish that exception. So here it is, what it means: there is no God, absolutely no God in existence at all. So with this part of this phrase of the Shahada is called a nafi. The first part is the negation, and then the second part is the exception, except Allah. So we want to make this phrase here is so important. The grammatical structure is that we want to make sure that no one has any misconception concerning the fact that we believe that Allah is the only God. So we negate all, none whatsoever exists. And then we say, except Allah. So that person is very clear in his mind, that there's only one God. See that? That's why the Shahada is structured in the manner it is. And of course, that's divinely inspired. It's in the Quran. Shahid Allahu annahu la ilaha illahu. Allahu la ilaha illahu. That structure of the Shahada is very, very important. And of course, it's in the Hadith also. Al-Islamu an tashhada an la ilaha illallah wa anni Rasulullah. So the Shahada is to testify that there is no God except Allah. This structure is very important because it's at the core of our faith. But anyway, all I need is the grammar right now. Did you guys follow that, or was that too much? Hello? Anybody can chime in.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. So we come back to our grammar rule. Where is my document? And we have light, ka'anna. I didn't give you an example of ka'anna or laita, but you can look for them in Quran and find them, or wherever. Okay, let me use an example that is pertinent. So I'll go back to my document here. I'll write an example, and we'll say that al-musibatu. Sorry, not seen. Sad. Al-musibatu tantahi. Or intahat. Intahat is better. That's this one, right? Intahat. The problem has finished. The musibah, the calamity has come to an end. What calamity? This virus that we're dealing with. Well, that's not a factual statement because it hasn't. So what we do, we say laita. Sorry. Laita al-musibata. Laita al-musibata intahat. So laita is used for what we call a tamanni. Excuse me. It's used for التمني, for wishing for something, and it makes the مبتدا منصوب and it makes the خبر مرفوع. Nasir.
Now,
Yes. This is
yes.
an example for when, remember when you asked Ar-Rahman وعلم القرآن?
Now,
Okay. So now I'll give you that example. So let's take out Laita. Let's imagine Laita don't exist. So we're gonna gray it out. Al-Musibatu, we put back Al-Musibatu with Dhamma there. Al-Musibatu intahat. So there is, yeah, I guess one proper way and one possible way for doing analysis of this. We'll say al-mubtada'u, al-musibatu mubtada'un marfu'un wa alamatu rafa dhammatu ala akhirih. So al-musiba is the mubtada. Where is the khabar? Listen to this. Intahat. Intahat is jumla. It's not only verb. Let me explain why. Intahat is فعل ماض مبني على السكون. The sukun on the ta because it's ta ta'nis. And the fa'il, أين الفاعل? This is a verb. It must have a fa'il. من يجيب? Where is the fa'il? Anybody?
al-musibatu.
لا. ضمير. Listen. ضمير مستتر تقديره هي.
Oh, okay.
انتهت هي. So the فعل والفاعل is جملة والجملة خبر المبتدا. Are you following
Okay.
now? The جملة
No.
الفعلية, we say it's the مبتدا of مصيبة, and here the إعراب. So I'm going to put in the ضمير here so you can understand here. But I'm going to gray it out because it's hidden. Okay? Is it grayed out where you can see or you can't see it? Can you all see it when it's grayed out, or is it too gray? Maybe this
We
gray.
can see it. No, it's good.
Okay. Yeah. It's kind of light here. So I'll put it there back so you can see it. Here how we do the analysis. Al-musibatu mubtada. Intahat hiya jumlatun fi'aliyya wal jumlatu khabaru al-musiba. The whole sentence is the khabar. So I'll do the analysis. I want you to listen. I'm not including later right now. I'll leave out later. So we say al-musibatu mubtada'un marfu'un wa alamatu rafa dhammatu ala akhirih. Intahat hiya. انتهت فعل ماض مبني على السكون. هي ضمير مبني على الفتحة. في محل الرفع فاعل فعلي. It's the verb for the, it's the doer or the subject for the verb. It's mabni, but it's in a state of rafa. And listen to this now. This is technical. The entire sentence is in a state of rafa because it is the khabar of the mubtada. Is that too technical? Here what, we'll put this on YouTube. You can go and listen to it many times. Now let's put later. So now we add on later. So we put back the fatha here and we say laita al-musibatan tahat. We wish that this calamity would end. That's how we would translate it, because Arabic structure is different from English. We wish this calamity ended. Yeah, that would be a good translation also. Came to an end, ended. The analysis would be later. It's there for حرف التمني or فعل التمني. Here it's a فعل, it's not حرف. Later, it's for wishing or hoping for something. Al-musiba is مبتدأ منصوب بليت وعلامة الرفع الفتحة على آخره. انتهت فعل ماض مبني على السكون والفاعل ضمير مستتر تقديره هي والفعل والفاعل خبر المبتدا في محل الرفع. That's the way you would do the analysis of this sentence, and it's a little technical. So anyway, to summarize this, when you have al-jumlatul ismiya, it has two components. It has al-mubtada. I'll say this in Arabic. al-jumlatul ismiyatu tatakawwanu min juz'ain. al-juz' al-awwal al-mubtada'u wal-juz' al-thani al-khabaru. والأصل أن يكون المبتدأ مرفوعا وأن يكون الخبر مرفوعا. So I'll repeat that in English. The nominal sentence comprises of two components, the mubtada and the khabar, and the original state is for the mubtada to be marfu' and the khabar to be marfu'. For those of you who missed the lessons of raf, what marfu' means here, it means more than this, but just to approximate it for you, it means it has dhamma at the ending. الساعة قريب. الساعة مرفوع, it has ضمة. قريب, it has ضمة, it's مرفوع. This nominal sentence can be modified. We can change the mubtada, or we can change the khabar, or we can change both. Based on what? Based on the modifier that is placed in front of the sentence. The first group of modifiers is Inna and her sisters. Her sisters are Anna, Lakinna, Ka'anna, Laita, La'alla, and La that negates the species. La an-nafiyatu lil jins. That's a summary of today's lesson. The next lesson we will do is modifying the khabar with kana wa akhawatuha, and the next lesson would be, and maybe we could take both next time, zanna wa akhawatuha, zanna and her sisters. Hasiba wa khala wa za'ama wa ra'a la ilmiya, alima wajada ittakhadha ja'ala sami'a. Any questions on today's lesson? Anybody?
No.
Alhamdulillah. I know some of you, this is probably a little difficult because you missed lessons before. Ane, you there?
Yes, Sheikh.
If you wish, listen, if you wish, let's set up a time to go over the previous lessons. If anybody else wants to join repeating the previous lessons, and the reason why I want to repeat it, I have videos for them online. You can listen to them online, and I'll upload this one also. If you want to listen to those videos online, you can go ahead and do so. But I did those only by myself. If you want to ask questions, we can redo them. I don't mind at all, but at some other time other than this scheduled time for this class. And I guess
Also,
that's it. Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to ask something. If we can, I know you're, I don't want to take your time, but if we can get just a one pager of a summary of what you're teaching, just like a word
prior to the class, absolutely. Yeah, not a problem, not a problem.
So we can over that, because it's kind of hard to listen and take note and you know, prepare questions.
Not a problem. So the answer is yes. Yes, inshallah.
Okay. So
the other thing I wanted to ask a question. Is it more convenient that we start after Maghrib, or just start at 7, leave the class at 7 and you break for Maghrib?
Yeah, I think 7 is better, in my opinion, but I don't know.
It's better for me also because I do Fajr here at 5:30 a.m. My time. So I start at 6 o'clock, which 6 a.m. here is 7 o'clock your time. Because if we start at 8 o'clock or after 8, that means I'll have to wait, you know, an hour or more before I start the class after Fajr. So I would leave it at 7, inshallah. And the next class is scheduled for next week, Saturday, 7 p.m. your time. Yeah, if you want another class before, I'm cool with that also, but that's up to you guys. If
Okay,
you're not
You said Saturday?
you said Saturday.
Sunday,
Okay.
Okay.
Sunday, yeah, that was a slip of tongue. The other thing is that if you are not in the WhatsApp group, I advise you to be added to it. And then I remind everybody, do not discuss anything in the WhatsApp group except the grammar class.
Sounds good. So whoever wants to be added, just
Send a
me
message
your
to Nasser, yeah.
whoever wants to be added to
Or
the
if you don't
WhatsApp.
have his number, just send me a message and I will have him add you to the class, inshallah. Wajazakumullahu khairan, guys. I would love to have, listen, I would love to have another class on tafsir or something where we discuss issues, perhaps on Saturday nights. This grammar class is for Sunday. If you're interested in that, just contact Ane, you'll organize that class, right? And we'll start this Saturday coming.
Yes, yes, sure.
So inshallah, Ane would organize a class. If you want to be in it, just message Ane. If you don't have his contact, message me and I'll send it to him so that you can be added to that class. And we'll talk about Deen. And this class we can make as big as possible because it would be a different level of discussion, Inshallah. If nothing else to add, we'll stop here, inshallah.
Inshallah. Ma salama kullu am.